And I actually like Green Skull. I think he's a good guy. He's got an inviting personality and demeanor.
Hello again. GLL back again. Same old shit as per, guys. More bullshit comments, okay? So we got Favyn here once again on my recent video I did about him. About how he hates spin-offs and he thinks Halo should have a spin-off. When every spin-off that's ever come out that he's ever spoke about has apparently been fucking shit. So what's he talking about? So he takes that literally, even though the point is that he's full of shit. Not that he hates spin-offs. Okay, that's just a joke, but whatever. He takes it literally, word for word. But then when he says something, it can't be taken literally. So here's my comment up here. Now, basically, this regular Q guy is some kind of big Favyn fucking lover or something, coming here to try and defend big Favyn there. Yeah, good for you. Guy knows nothing about Favyn, yet defends him because he's a fanboy of Favyn. So we've got regular Q here. Blah 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 blah. I'm trying to explain to him all this shit that I know about him. So I'm saying Favyn knows nothing about Halo. He blames Halo becoming shit not on 343 but on an ability to run fast for 10 seconds in a 6-year-old game. That is what he said in his original video. He says the entire game revolves around sprints, therefore it's ruined the game. That's exactly what he said in his original set of videos. And he continues to push the same agenda, albeit twisting the words around slightly. Today, he hasn't changed any of his fucking bullshit opinions from back then, even though I've debunked every single one of them. Many times. Not just with Favyn, but with other people. So, then I'm going to say, a guy who supports Halo 5, the worst FPS of all time, look back to his Firefight video, which was just ridiculous, where he's just fucking saying it's amazing and all this. How is it amazing? It's content that was delayed, that was cut from the original game. It's not good content. Why would you support that? He supports Green Skull and Luke the Notable. Yes, he does. Why would you want to defend Green Skull and the bullshit he's done?
And I actually like Green Skull. I think he's a good guy. He's got an inviting personality and demeanor. And he's also the kind of catalyst and embodiment of this shill label. Many people think the reason he doesn't criticize the game is because he is in bed with 343 Industries and he can only say good things, and if he doesn't, they won't invite him out for exclusive content. But I'll tell you what I think of Green Skull, and this is my honest opinion. I do not think that he makes the content he makes because he is afraid of 343. I think Green Skull and Ready Up Live genuinely love Halo. I think he makes the content that he wants to make. I don't think he's a puppet or a shill or anything else. I think he's just a regular dude that truly enjoys Halo 5, and the reason he doesn't criticize the game is because he doesn't have a passion to do so.
I was talking to some 343 guys, had like a little meeting thing, and you know, people don't think I do this, but I was really concerned. I was really concerned when I first heard the basics of rep packs. I'm like, this is not a good idea, guys. You can't do random, you know, pay transactions and stuff. Like, that's not a Halo thing. But then every question I asked, they had the exact responses I wanted to hear. They had all the balancing figured out. And this was at a very early stage. It hasn't even changed that much from when I first talked to them about it. And it just sold me. Every question I asked, every answer they provided, it sounded perfect to me. I really liked the idea. I'm just getting more and more sold. And as the game approaches, I'm very excited for that. So I will be making rec pack videos, and I expect to see a fair amount of that. And I know there's some people who try to mislead you into thinking that it's somehow the worst thing to ever come out of the gaming community, which is one of the most absurd things ever. I actually got quite a few tweets saying, don't do this. It's lazy. You're better than that. But it's not. It's not lazy.
And then why would you want to try and converse with Luke the Notable, one of the most psychotic fucking fanboys on YouTube for Halo?
So about a week ago, I got into a discussion on Twitter with Hidden Xperia, Green Skull, Luke the Notable, and some other people here and there, and the topic of rec packs got brought up. Luke the Notable made a comment expressing his support for the system, saying it was a very good thing, and I like Luke the Notable. I watch his channel, and I shot him a video I made a few months ago concerning the rec system called Why Rec Packs Are Bad for Halo and Should Be Removed in Future Installments. And he watched it, he asked if he could make a video response to it, and of course I was all for that, and he just released it, and I've seen it a few times. And let me first start off by saying, I think this interaction is excellent. He does not agree with me. He still doesn't. In fact, he criticized my video fairly harshly. But he was respectful, he was calm, he was cool and collected. And I think he made some quality points.
And the reason that it's so great is all the people that don't spend a dime still get to access all of the game's content.
I think he made some quality points.
Without that paid DLC wall, and that's why the DLC shouldn't have been in the game. Now you're trying to advocate for paid DLC when paid DLC was one of the worst things about Halo 3, one of the worst things about Halo Reach, and well, Halo 4 not so much, but Halo 3 and Halo Reach, there were entire sections of the game that people couldn't play if they bought the game used because they didn't have the $10 DLC.
I think he made some quality points.
Yeah. Two of the biggest fanboys / shills on YouTube. So I'm saying to this regular guy, you need to do some soul searching. He might have a radio voice, but he's a sellout. Plain and simple. So then we've got regular Q here, blah 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 blah. Then big Favyn wades in with his size 19s. And it's as though we're in some kind of a relationship. He's like trying to break up with me gently or something. Completely psychotic fucking shit, man. Okay, I do a video about him because it was requested by subscribers, which he has seen in my fucking comment section. The fucking person that's even fucking asked for the video has told him that he asked for the fucking video. And that's been the same with all of the videos since his Gears 4 review. To my knowledge, I'm sure that was requested by like 2-3 different fucking subscribers. Because they thought it was bullshit. Not just me. Okay? They knew I know it was bullshit. But they already knew it was bullshit. That's why they wanted to see my fucking opinion on it. It's as simple as that. So I have plenty of like-minded subscribers that have common sense that can see that Favyn is full of shit. Hence why they keep requesting videos about Favyn. So he's talking like some wench that I had a one-night stand with here for no reason. Why not just fucking get to the fucking points? Like I said, he skirts around shit, tries to smooth everything over. He's trying to be best mates with everybody. It ain't gonna work. You can't be best mates with Green Skull and then try and be best mates with me. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's as simple as that. Okay? Favyn's the guy that's trying to fucking fight the corner for Halo, trying to fight the cause, yet he's the first guy to fucking bow down to these other YouTubers that basically support 343, support the direction of Halo, blah blah blah. So what sense does that make? If your fucking entire channel is built around basically fucking trying to change Halo back into Halo 3, why would you support the likes of Green Skull and Luke the Notable? It makes no sense. It doesn't. Okay? Whatever your opinion is on our fucking shit, that makes no sense. It doesn't. So, here we go. Big Favyn. I've deleted my other comments. After thinking about it, I've decided I just don't want to fight over it. Without a doubt, you've infuriated me this past year, and I've wanted many times to lash out in anger. Make an angry video response or belittle you, but I think I've kept it together pretty good. The truth is, I actually genuinely don't want to hurt your feelings. Why would he hurt my feelings? Mental. 100% I think you're wrong in just about every aspect concerning this topic. and I find your logic infuriating. But I'm trying and trying to explain it to no avail. You can't explain it because you're fucking brainwashed by the ether, by everybody else that's got an opinion about it. They're not your opinions. You didn't come up with the stupid double melees argument. You didn't come up with the fucking sprint killed Halo argument. These are arguments that have fucking gone back years. They were on forums when the game fucking came out. Halo Reach came out. These are ancient fucking arguments. It might have been you on the forums, but I'm not going to go back and try and find out who the fuck come up with that argument. Okay? At the end of the day, it's not you're not making these arguments. They're not new. Okay? But you keep repeating them. In every video, you repeat the same thing. Even though I have debunked all of your arguments and all of your points. You've not come back to me with anything that proves what I've said is wrong. So you've not come back to me with some gameplay footage which shows a shitload of double melees and how they've ruined the gameplay. Because you're not going to do that because they don't ruin the gameplay. There is no fucking video footage to be found that's going to prove that point wrong. So you can't do it, can you? It's a fail. It's a failed argument. It's a dead end. But you're not going to prove it. You're just going to keep saying it and asserting the fact that it's a problem. Where's the evidence? There is no evidence because it doesn't happen. Simple. It's so simple. The same with Sprint. We've been over this. Sprint does not build the levels. The game designers build the levels to whatever spec and size they choose. So if the levels are big, that has nothing to do with Sprint. That has to do with the people designing the game, choosing to make bigger levels. Games like Halo 4 and Halo 5 could have small levels. That's just the way they need to be designed. So the idea that Sprint killed the fucking game and changed the gameplay is ludicrous. The game doesn't revolve around Sprint. That was your point. It does not revolve around it. They choose to build the levels the way they choose to build the levels. They choose to build the characters and the fucking gameplay the way they build it. Sprint does not dictate how they do everything else in the game. So it's completely bogus. So that argument's been proved wrong as well. Where's your comeback on that? Oh, I wasn't talking about Sprint. I was talking about mobility. No, you were talking about Sprint. So that point never got fucking answered. You've got nothing. You can't argue these basic fucking facts. Now, I could go on forever debunking everything you ever said, but I'm not going to, because that would take too fucking long. How the hell are you ever going to upset me, of all people? I mean, I get like 1 million death threats a day, okay? And everybody will know this because they go on my videos and you'll see people who just fucking hate me. So there's no way in hell you could possibly ever do anything to fucking upset me. If you know, it's just you're thinking as though I'm you, so I'm guessing you're not very thick-skinned, okay? But if you're not very thick-skinned, you really shouldn't be making YouTube videos, trust me. Because eventually someone is going to call you out. It's as simple as that. So, you find my logic infuriating? Yeah, because you can't argue my fucking points. Simple. If you could, you would have done it by now. You've made a lot of videos about me, and out of respect for the time you took to watch them and give your opinion about them, I have constantly taken a look at your video responses. In almost every instance, I've written a lengthy response in an attempt not to beat you, but to establish common ground. We ain't going to establish common ground, okay? Green Skull, over here. GLL, over here. Other side of the fence. Okay? With an area of no man's land in between. Okay? The Berlin Wall. Ever heard of it? I'm on one side, he's on the other. We couldn't be... We're on the same fucking line in what we're doing, video-wise, maybe. Apart from, obviously, he's paid to make fucking rec pack openings and shit. But we're in the gaming fucking shit. We do gaming videos. So yeah, we're in the same area, but we couldn't be any more fucking different, okay? It's as simple as that. He's one side of no man's land, I'm the other. We are not ever going to be compadres. So, you support Green Skull. You support Luke the Notable. Why do you think you can be friends with fucking me? It makes no sense. I don't know why you would even want to be my fucking friend in the first place. It's not like we have any of the same fucking interests. So what's the point? I mean, I was looking at your gamer card the other day. Now, I don't know if you've got a million other fucking accounts, which is always the fucking chestnut that people try and throw out there. But 710 gamer score on the MCC isn't going to cut it. It isn't going to cut it. If you want the likes of me to fucking respect you, you at least got to convince me that you actually play fucking video games. That's the first fucking point. Okay? So, you did a review on Gears of War 4 and never completed it on the hardest setting. So how the fuck do you know anything? You've got 210 gamer score on Gears of War 4. Okay, I've got double the gamer score you did. Who's played more of the fucking game? Me. So, my review is worth 10 of your reviews just simply because I've put more fucking time into the fucking game and know more about the game because I've played it for longer. Also, I've fucking played Gears of War since fucking way back in the day. Not at launch, but way back in the fucking day. I got Rainbow Six Vegas first. Then I got Gears of War the following year. But way back to Gears of War 1, I've been playing Gears of War. So I know about it. The same with Halo, all the way back to Halo fucking 1. So I know about it. And I've got a really good fucking memory for this shit. So I know everything. So when people try and make, oh, this point, that point, that point, I can say, well, in this game, this happened, but no one complained about that. And it's like, they're just like, whoa, and they can't answer that because they never even thought about that in the first place. You can't make a review about the likes of Gears of War with that much gamer score and then turn around and the consistent bashing of games like Judgment and Halo Reach is retarded. It's just retarded, okay? The spin-off games, they're going to be different because by definition they are spin-offs. They're going to try something different in a spin-off. It's as simple as that. Because they can afford to try something different in a spin-off. Because it's not part of the main fucking series. So when they tried all that shit in Gears Judgment, they were like, people might like this, people might not. They didn't like it, so they got rid of it. But just because it had like little niggles, like a different fucking control setup and that doesn't mean it's automatically a worse game than Gears of War 4. It doesn't. Makes no sense. I'm getting off track. So yeah, I was up to establish common ground. Get you to understand my perspective because I believe you are misunderstanding me and my arguments. What is there to misunderstand? You don't think Green Skull is a fucking shill for Microsoft. You don't agree with Luke the Notable's opinion, yet you respect him, which makes no sense because he's one of the biggest fucking tools on here. So why would you respect him? It makes no sense. It'd be like me being best mates with fucking Beware the Flood. It doesn't make sense. Okay, you had beef with the guy. Why not fucking have beef with him? Why have you got to be friends with everybody? Why we all got to be fucking Care Bears fucking holding hands? We don't have to be. It's not supposed to be about that. Okay? It's YouTube. Okay? People like fucking drama. Why not inject a bit of that? It's harmless. It's pretty much fucking harmless. It can't fucking hurt you. Stop trying to be a fucking Care Bear. Makes no sense. And misunderstanding your arguments. How am I misunderstanding your arguments? If I'm misunderstanding your arguments, it's because you're not making the correct arguments when you make an argument. You consistently say everything exactly the same way. even though shit's been debunked in the past. You say the same shit over and over. Okay? When you say something in a video, I take that word for word correct. Okay? So if you say the game revolves around sprints, the entire game revolves around sprints, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say the entire game revolves around sprint? Or not? Because it's as simple as that. So, if you don't know how to fucking speak, how the fuck is that my fucking problem? When the App Man was saying about how I misunderstood what he was saying about the DLC, how the hell did I misunderstand what he was saying about the DLC? I mean, really, this is a common thing on YouTube where people try to pretend that they haven't said something when they already fucking have clearly said it. Whether they meant it or not, they said it, so it's irrelevant whether they meant it. That's what they said. So how are people supposed to fucking react to it? It makes no sense, once again. So we're just giving an external example there. I continue to ignore all those attempts to reconcile. Yes, I ignore the attempts to reconcile on the basis that you have not fucking counted any of my friggin' points. And that these are request videos. Request. They are requested. I'm not looking to fucking attack you on a daily basis. I don't wake up in the morning and think, how can I best attack Favyn today? Because I make videos about lots of fucking people. And I make videos on my own fucking back. I make videos that people request. I make videos that I fucking decide to make just because I decide to make them. So, why do I need to reconcile with you? Over what? Why do we need to be friends? You're already pals with the likes of Luke the Notable and Green Skull. Do I really want to be in that club? Would I ever want to even enter into that club? No. So why would I want to be friends? It makes no sense. Now someone might say, well, you don't have to be in a club with them just because... Yeah, but why would I want to be friends with somebody who fucking supports Green Skull? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Especially on YouTube. I see you constantly ignoring those arguments. I've brought them in discussing this topic with other people. Whatever. No clue what he's on about. He's not counted any of my fucking arguments. I'm actually not the least bit upset over some things you've said. It doesn't bother me to be insulted or called stupid or anything. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Well, if that being the case... Without a doubt, you've infuriated me over the past year and I've wanted to lash out in anger and make angry video responses or belittle you, but I've kept it together pretty good. I'm not actually the least bit upset over things you've said. So which is it? Do you not read shit back after you write it? Because you've contradicted yourself within a matter of minutes by writing a fucking comment. Makes no sense. The thing that has upset me when it comes to your videos, you're so convinced of your arguments despite having so many holes. Well, what are the holes? See, it's your job to then make a response and explain to me why I'm full of shit. I've already explained why you're full of shit, so now you have to make one about me saying why I'm full of shit. Or at least argue that point in the comments, which you fail to do. Which you fail hard to do. It's simple. You can't argue them points because you have no friggin' evidence. You assert something, I say, well, where's your evidence for that? Because the fucking research that I've done suggests that's a load of bullshit. And also, there's no evidence for that to begin with, so why do I have to prove that something doesn't exist? Okay, it's up to the person saying it exists to prove that it exists. If you assert that the Loch Ness Monster exists, you have to give me evidence. You can't just say it exists. You want to prove Bigfoot exists? You have to prove it. You can't just assert that it exists. That's what you do all the friggin' time. You assert that the maps are bigger because of Sprint. No, they're not. Because we have evidence of maps that are small in games with fucking Sprint. Nonsense, okay? You assert that there's this problem with double melees, yet there's no evidence for that. So you can assert these things, but you can't back them up with hard evidence. And being as you've played fucking shitload of Halo Reach, I would expect you to have a shitload of fucking videos saved showing people double meleeing. Now, I've got a shitload of videos saved, but none of those videos have this problem with double meleeing. So it doesn't exist. Fact. It's not an argument, it's a fact. It doesn't exist. You can't bring anything to the table there. Now, I could go on to the other arguments, but just them alone, just them base arguments that you keep bringing up over and over and over and over and over are wrong. They're wrong. So my arguments don't have any holes. You've got nothing. The thing is, it's always been infuriating me is your inability to even consider the fact that you may be wrong. So what am I wrong about? Prove me wrong. Make a video. Okay? If you want to do a live debate, we could do a live debate. I don't know when I'm going to find time to do a live debate. But either way, you're going to have to bring something completely new to the fucking table because all this shit has already been debunked. It has. Okay? Watch my debate with Weapons Grade. He makes the same friggin' arguments as everybody fucking else. It's the same shit. I get the same fucking retarded arguments over and over again with no evidence to back them up. Nothing. So what's the point? If you're just going to say the same thing. Sprint, double melees, maps. 343 said this. Bungie said this. This is this. Blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. There's no core evidence that this actually affects anything in the game in a certain way. So what's the point? Okay, no one ever talks about infinite sprint to sprint. No one ever talks about jetpacks. No one ever talks about... It doesn't matter. No one ever brings anything new to the table whatsoever. Nothing. So why would I consider the fact that I am wrong when I know I'm right? You see, why would you consider the possibility that you're wrong when you've come to the conclusion that you are correct? It's simple, really, isn't it? You're not going to do that. And the same could be said for you. You don't entertain the idea that you are fucking wrong. You don't. Because each time your arguments are debunked, you keep coming out with the same arguments. You don't change it or... Well, actually, you did change it from sprint to mobility, so there's an admission right there that you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Because you had to change it from sprint to mobility. That's what you did. It's simple as that. I don't get it. So, if you want to have a debate or put it on your channel, we could discuss that as well. But I'm really not interested in making enemies. Why are we enemies? Why are we friends, okay? How are we enemies? How are we enemies? What have I actually done other than call you out over some video game videos? Nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying you're full of shit. That's it. It's as simple as that. So why are we big enemies? Okay, ooh, enemies. Ooh. Makes no sense. I'm calling you out because you talk nonsense. You say that Green Skull is not fucking in Microsoft's pocket. You say that fucking Luke the Notable is a decent guy, even though he's completely the opposite of you. So you want to be friends with everybody, okay? This is like social justice warrior trash. It makes no sense. You don't want to be friends with everybody because then you never get anywhere. Okay, if someone's got a conflicting opinion to yourself, then you should be challenging that conflicting opinion. Not embracing them as your fucking bosom buddy when they have a completely different mindset as to what they want out of fucking Halo to you. So why would that make sense? It doesn't. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. And then why would you want to talk in private? What's the point? I might as well put it on a fucking video so we can all fucking see it. Why the fuck would we want to talk in private? Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? If we talk in private, and whether we argue, whether we become best buddies, no one's going to fucking know about it. At the end of the day, it's a YouTube channel, okay? I'm talking to you over YouTube. You're talking to me over YouTube. Why would we have a conversation in private that no one's ever going to see or know anything about? How is that going to help anybody? Because no one's going to fucking know about it. So then it's business as usual. Even if you convince me to stop making videos about you, people are still going to request them. So that's just going to piss off my subscribers who want to see videos. It's as simple as that. So why would I do that? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't. So the video would have to be a debate. It's as simple as that. Okay. So this is class here. So that's why I went on Luke the Notable's show, because we had a disagreement, and despite our differences, I wanted to speak to him directly about it. Well, did you think you were going to turn that psycho around? Because he's completely fucking mental. He's mental. He is. He's a loon. What the fuck's wrong with him? The stuff he comes out with is so bad that I can't even make videos about the guy because he's so fucking stupid. And I've had requests, trust me, I've had requests to make videos about Luke the Notable. Not one of them videos would have proved anything that we didn't already know. The guy is an idiot. It's obvious. When Beware the Flood did his video, or whatever, I could see right away that was going to be a fucking good video. Because he had a lot to say. He was full of shit, but he had a lot to say. Luke the Notable just fucking looks at the camera and just dribbles. It's like... He doesn't talk he doesn't make any points whatsoever. It's just like, yeah, Halo 5's good, yeah. You know, the man's just a fucking tool. So I can't believe you would want to talk to somebody who's a complete fucking tool directly. What's the point? So if you're willing to talk, let me know, because I was willing to clear a few things up. Okay, so there, it's like some kind of fucked up love letter where he's trying to fucking become pals for no fucking reason. Okay, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Okay, what he doesn't seem to understand is he sold out. We can all see that he fucking sold out. His older videos, he actually made some good fucking points about Halo 5. Then we look at shit like his firefight video, and we can see the influence of the likes of Green Skull and whatever. You know, because he's trying to make fucking friends. He's trying to be buddy-buddy, and he's trying to be a big YouTuber. He's trying to fucking sell himself out. And he's trying to fucking paint it like, oh yeah, he's one of the good guys or whatever. So it just like, he'll be mates with anybody. Okay? Why? What is the point? What is the point in trying to be buddy-buddy with the likes of Green Skull when his entire channel was started because he was sick of the direction of where Halo was going in the first place? So he thought Halo 5 looked like a bag of shit, hence the fucking videos. So he starts off like that, then he's slowly creeping into fucking fanboy territory. It's stupid. It really is. And the Gears of War 4 review is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. The idea that Gears of War 4 is better than fucking Judgment is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. This isn't Halo Reach to Halo 3 or anything like that. This is Gears of War 4 to Gears of War Judgment, okay? Anybody that has a brain can know that Judgment is better. It's not difficult. It's not difficult, okay? Just on paper, without even playing the games, you can know that it's better. Okay? Just from the fact that Gears of War 4 has a fucking season pass that's got nothing in it, and it's got fucking card packs, and everything revolves around that rec system in the game, you know it's a worse game. Unless the campaign is Omega, which we know it isn't because we've played it, it's a worse game. That's before you even go into it. So when someone like Favyn here says, yeah, Judgment was terrible, I'm like, what? Judgment was... This is the same narrative that's being pushed by like big fucking corporate channels like your IGNs, like your fucking GameSpots and whatever, you know, all that crap. Bigger channels, big YouTube channels, all pushing this agenda that Gears of War Judgment is shit, okay? Now, people are going to come back at me and say that's because it is shit. No. They're saying it because everybody else is saying it. It's the same spiel. It's the bandwagon shit. Everyone's going to say that Judgment sucked, okay? It's like a meme, okay? It's not a fact. It's just because everybody keeps saying it is. It's regurgitated time and time again. So when I hear someone say Judgment is shit without giving any reasons whatsoever or any proof of the matter, I already know that the video is a load of bullshit before you even start. Right? So you're taking Gears of War 4, putting up against Judgment. You can see instantly, without even playing the games or even doing anything in the games, that Judgment has more fucking content. That Judgment isn't fucking revolving around a rec system. And that's without even starting. But once you actually play the games, you can tell that Judgment is faster, smoother, and plays better in multiplayer, single player. Judgment has 4-player co-op. Judgment has fucking overrun mode that doesn't revolve around gay fucking cards and rec systems. So instantly, you know, just from that, it's better. Then we go into the actual campaign, and the campaign's better. It's got better enemies, better fucking design choices, and we can go on and on and on. Okay? You can't just come out and say Judgment was shit and everybody knows that. No. Everybody's saying that. That's not the same as it being fucking true. You've got to prove to us that Judgment is actually worse than Gears of War 4. But if you put them side by side, that is impossible. It's like comparing Reach to Halo 5. It's a no contest. Reach wins it instantly. It doesn't even have to try. It's instant. You know, you can see just from looking at the fucking content in the game at launch that Reach is a better game because it has way more content, game modes and everything, and it doesn't have a gay microtransaction rec system in it. Instantly better. And 9 times out of 10 these days, the older game is better. So how are we going to believe like that Gears of War is getting better when we've seen Halo's not getting better, we've seen Rainbow Six is not getting better, etc. All these games are like half-arsed versions, free-to-play game versions of the old games from last generation. So who the hell would believe that Gears of War 4 is better than Judgment, realistically? Just on paper. It makes no sense, so you've got to prove it. You're going to say it, you've got to prove it. You've not proved it. And nobody ever does. So, and it's the same with Reach. Reach gets a load of hate, but on paper, it's a fucking decent game. And when you play it, it's a decent fucking game. Okay? You can have a personal preference when it comes to gameplay, and you can explain that, but when you put things down on paper, and they're like game modes and features and shit, that all has to stack up too. It's as simple as that. So anyway, there's a bit of extra fucking shit for you. Anyway, feel free to subscribe, guys. See you later.